we're just about to start. Let's have a look. Where are we all? Yeah, this is a nice even spread. Oh, but yeah, I will be trying to limit my streaming to 4 times a week. And you know, until at such point I can afford to quit my day job. If that happens, if that ever happens. But yeah, we're gonna try and make it work. Try and get like a nice, healthy, you know, 6+ hours sleep a night. That would be the real dream. That's the real goal, everyone. We like sleep. If only sleep liked us. Now then. Everyone, allow me... We'll get started now properly. That's enough of me rambling on about everything we got going on. I mean, I cannot comment on my schedule because I'm jump hunting. Yeah, that's it. It takes a while to get in a good or at least better exercise routine. Sadly, I only had a few weeks of lane swimming before I was forced to take a fortnight. Yeah. I remember putting Aasimo on the throne. Yeah, no, he went on the throne a couple weeks back. Last week we did a Chivo run and got our achievement. But yeah, it's good. And you know, I don't want you guys to feel a certain way about any of this. Obviously, I just want you all to be up to date very much. That I'm going to be making changes to the channel. This is why I'm going to be making changes to how I handle the schedule. Yeah, you're going to see me dial back content. We're going to explore, experiment a bit with different schedules and different ideas. And, you know, nothing's nailed down yet. Nothing is set in stone, but I want you to know where I'm coming from, what I'm doing. And I'm going to try and make it work and work as best as I can, not just for myself, but for you all as well. But anyway, here we are. I'm going to stay loyal to Aasimo. Well, yeah, you're in luck. Aasimo, actually, as it turns out, isn't a complete rotter. Here he is, King Aasimo the First. He is faithful, peaceful and common. As he is peaceful, we'll initially be going for a faith ambition. As he is common, should that faith ambition fail, we'll go for a farming ambition. We are going to try and avoid wars as best we can and end them as soon as possible should one break out. Furthermore, we don't really like nobles. We don't really hang out with them. We spent too much time with peasants. So we're going to favour peasants in our decisions. And finally, we are very much in tune with our public appearance. So we want to keep a good reputation, look after the peasants, and we're generally in favour of stability. Or call him Aasimo the Good. He's doing his good. He's doing his best. He's doing his best here. But there we go. For everyone that's been rolling for roleplay, let me bring up the RP stuff and we'll pin it. And here we go. This is all the nobles roleplay. So if you rolled any dice, let's have a look. Ganahan, you got an 11, which is have a heart. You're quick to forgive others and encourage your fellows to do likewise. And I saw someone else, Weldris rolled earlier, got a 6. Ashmead wasn't built in a day. You care for the well-being of the nation. Wish to increase military, farming, trade and faith as much as you can. And I believe that's all of it. Is that all of it? Yeah. There you go. Duchies, a true noble. Yeah, just follow the scheme. The scheme will lead you. Alright, with that said, let us begin and go say hello to everyone. Review the situation on the ground. Now, as you can see here, the kingdom is in pretty good nick, you know? The barons have a kind of ropey farming situation at the minute. Am I the only one who sees a black screen? Yeah. Are you out of the ad, advisor? Yeah, can everyone see fine? Advisor, I don't know what's going on with your screen. Can you hear us, advisor? Huh. Yeah, it's rough. Another stream is fine? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I can't advise you on anything. Everyone else can see it. I can see it. And so it's yeah, no problem. I want you to have a good time as well. So all I can give you for advice, advisor, is to restart your browser, refresh the page. Maybe try looking out on a different device. But yeah, let's do the council intro. Yeah, let's see everyone. So yeah, as we can see here, faith is in the gutter. We're gonna have to get that faith nice, big and beefy. We want to get some good faith going. In other news, farming in the march is a problem. It's a problem we'll have to try and solve maybe if we want to stop people starving. But let's go through, let's say hello to all of our council. Joining us today, we have our barons. We have Baron Gibbo, welcome. Baron Nilawa. Baron Shadowmoon. Baron Noobster. And Baron Mero. Hello to our 5 barons. Howdy, welcome on in. With the Grandees, we have Grandee Morgrim. Grandee Whopper, Grandee Lake II, Grandee Duchies, Grandee Weldris II, and Grandee Lourdes. Welcome on in, Lourdes. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're nice and comfy. Finally, we have the patricians. We have Lady Patrician Vivi, Lord Patrician Nekojita, Lady Patrician Piccolo, Lord Patrician Ganahan II, Lady Patrician TL, Lord Patrician Silent Striker, and finally Lord Patrician Ephra II. Welcome on in. We are good, we are golden. The treasury looks pretty plump actually as well. Let's start, as always, everyone, with the path to victory. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, I hope the kingdom will remember you. I'm gonna be remembered as a saint. I'm gonna make this paltry 6 faith that we have across the kingdom. I'm gonna turn it into 9 faith for the 9th god. The church will love you, I suspect. But will anyone else? It's gonna be hard. Tell me about it. I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's overall faith as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I'll return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. There's only so much that can be done. I think we're gonna fail our faith ambition. I think that's written in stone, but we'll do our best. The ninth has smiled upon us, and our plans have come to fruition. Verily, there is much to celebrate. Now remember your duty. You must ensure that the Grandee's interests are enforced throughout this kingdom. Thank you, Lord Ez. Ninth, bless the South. Indeed, Ninth, bless us all. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council. But don't forget what I told you today. Alright, who have we got from the patricians? A pleasure, Your Esteemed Highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. Okay, Piccolo. And the barons. Hail and well met, says Nilawa. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. With that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Will he be a good little king and do as he's told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan, just in case. Alright. I remember when I first started, I was like looking at using Morgrim's trick to change the shape of the Grandees, and I just never got round to it. Oh no. Stay loyal to the Ming? Who's this the Ming you talk of? You need backup of the backup, yeah. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Monarch Aspen, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Try to dial back the all caps, guys. Alright? I appreciate you, but please be mindful of other people in chat. Alright? Alright. Let's get it over with. Shall we call the nobles in? There's a flat. Yes, I know. Ming the Merciless from Flash Gordon. Let's see. Do we have... Oh, we do have faith. Holding a lavish ceremony in the south. Sounds pretty good. Pretty good. Blood Oath? We're not too enamored with. Throw me in the river? It's alright. It's alright. Troops bearing me through the streets atop a shield? Too much. Cybern, welcome. Where are you? There you are. Welcome on in. Baron Cybern Death II. Made it just in time for the first vote. Lake, Shadow Moon, you the cheese, you all jumped the gun. We're going to start the vote now. Type exclamation mark vote followed by A, B, C or D. Cast your vote in favour of one of the four choices here. The item with the most votes will pass and will be enacted upon. There we go. We're going to get some good faith going. What I might do actually, hold on. Gonna order an energy drink in anticipation. Right, what can we order? Is there anything here that's on offer? No. Wow, a whole bucket of custard? How big is the bucket? It's like no, it's like one of those little buckets of custard, like 500 grams. And it's like 50% off. I'm like, I just want energy drink. But maybe maybe I could get some custard too. Right, let's check out with that. Yes, I'm over 18. Send it to my home. Oh. Where is... Okay, I've got to put in my ID to order an energy drink. I want to lose weight and be more active. A whole bucket of custard? I'll have 3. They're cheap. Custard has energy, yeah. No, it's not going to be a roast chicken. It's going to be, it's going to be some energy drinks and a few little bits that I just need to restock on in the fridge. Just to round up the order. Okay, preparing your order. Excellent. Right. Thank you, everyone, for humouring me. I'll just go with 1 bucket, please. Yeah, 10 litres. 7 buckets of custard. No worries, Simon. If you have to go, you have to go. Like, I don't expect anyone to be here the whole time if they can't do it. You depart the palace with your fellow grandees in tow, making the long, bumpy journey down to the House of Sunset in the south. The other nobles remain in the capital, furious to be left out. You are crowned among your ancestors amid a beautiful sprawl of gleaming marble and lush gardens. The air is suffused with cooling mist to fend off scorching southern sun. This is how it's meant to be. Look at that, we got 9 faith. Fantastic. 9 faith for the 9th god. Lavinia looking kind of upset. Of the Noobster bloodline, eccentric marcher Hellion stands before a blazing hearth, yelling at full volume. When have the barons of the march backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Alright, Lavinia. What do we got? Intimidation, modernization, or gunpowder for our barons. Barons, vote for your scheme now. Eyes down. Intimidation, are you gonna occupy the palace and force me to do what I'm told? Modernization, would you go for the old favourite of modernizing your army, or gunpowder? Collect the black dust that goes tick tick boom and either make a better army or blow up my castle. It looks like gunpowder has it. Final countdown. You may play on my phone. No worries, Striker. I'm glad to have you here in whatever capacity you can be here. You can lurk as you please and as you need to. But yeah, have a good walk with the doggos. Alright, it looks like we're going this way. Gunpowder it is. The Republic of Kurth has this substance called gunpowder. With enough of that, the barons could take over the kingdom. Of course, a sensible king would never allow one region to hoard such a thing. To do so secretly, the barons must ensure their trading partners don't fear the king's wrath. To advance their scheme, the barons must allow authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons' time. Eulalia of the Nekojita family. An infamous coastal rapscallion scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, speaking calmly. Hello, patricians of the coast. My claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Aasimo. Something must be done. Cybin, yes, today and tomorrow are the last streams of this dynasty. And then when I return from holiday, I'll be launching a new dynasty. That's the goal of it. Anyway, patricians, your options are A, sorcery, B, monopoly, or C, conspiracy. With sorcery, you're going to make a deal with a wizard. It's Scrampton, isn't it, you make a deal with as patricians. With monopoly, you're going to try and buy up the kingdom and hold me to ransom with it. And with conspiracy, you're going to try and trap me in a dirty loan. But it looks like we got monopoly on tap for the patricians today. I think that's just about enough of you. Well, how many are there? 4. It could potentially... I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1 and then we'll move on. What factions might be next? I'm going to do a vote on the Discord. I'll do a vote when I get back from holiday. And like the 3 that get the most votes will be the regions we go with. The patricians plan to privatize the entire damn kingdom. First, they must build up their industry. To advance their scheme, the patricians must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. There we go. Advisor, are you in? Is it good? Rees of the Cheese lineage, infamous southern mischief maker, stands bathed in sunshine, droning on as if in a daze. Rees de Cheese. Praise be, Aasimo now sits on the throne and the grandees are in charge, but the other regions will already be scheming to depose him. Do we stay loyal to the new king or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Praise gives the cheese a big hopeful look. A for loyalist grandees, and then, I don't know, doppelganger and fervor. Is this the only grandee we've had on the throne so far? I can't even remember. I don't think we've had another one, have we? What was that? Oh, let me go have a check. I think somebody just shouted outside. False alarm, nothing to worry about. Ah. Boom, boom. That settles it then. Glory to the king and glory to the ninth god. Thank you, grandees. But we can always change our minds. If Aasimo ever gets out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of him the old-fashioned way. The grandees' goal is to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. However, if defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. How long till... I haven't ordered any custard. It was just saying that was reduced. It'll be another 20-30 minutes, probably. I was like, what can I get that's on special reduction to tally this up to a £10 order so I don't have to pay full whack for the delivery? And like the first thing I saw was big bucket of custard. Anyway, Lavina, of our treacherous half-sister of the March. The barons are pursuing the gunpowder scheme. And to start off with, they need to lower the kingdom's authority to 4 or less in 2 seasons' time. Raise, our false pretender of the south. The grandees are pursuing the loyalist scheme. And as such, they're going to be trying to help me get faith up across the board. And finally, we got Eulalia, a false pretender of the coast. The patricians are pursuing monopoly. They want to keep their trade at 5 or higher in 4 seasons' time, currently at 7. So at the moment, the barons need to drop our authority 1 point. And the patricians need to prevent themselves losing more than 2 trade, which is why they're immediately going to engage in a new trend and crap the bed on their own economy. As for us, let's see. In character, call for unity is probably the way. Okay. A fishy wedding, an honor guard, a proposition. Here we go. Your Majesty, the Archduke of Saul has invited you to his forthcoming wedding. Your attendance would help shore up relations between the 2 great nations. And I kind of want to make a vanilla custard slice. Oh, man. Who'd have thought me just reading off my orders? Oh, hello, TL. Looking very, very beautiful. Devs below, great nation. The Isle of Saul is nothing more than a nest of pirates and cutthroats. And I hear it isn't even a proper marriage anyway. The Archduke is marrying a fish. Okay, Striker, I hear you. The groom is a finfolk. One of the denizens of the sea, perfectly sapient and actually amphibious. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, okay, you're joking. Okay, I got you. Ah, dear. Well, the church doesn't agree with a man marrying a fish. We mustn't legitimize this fast by allowing the king to attend. I agree. Absolutely. We require strong faith. Alright, no matter what. Vote C, because fish are icky. Icky, icky, ooh. We don't like them. Vote C with me. No, what? Why would you do this? It's heresy. It's heresy. You can't make me do this. You can't force me to go to a wedding that shouldn't exist. Come on, it's just a wedding. No! No, tapping the sign, peaceful. We're not talking about war at the minute. We're talking about going to some icky wedding. Alright. here we are. Public image, yeah. Ugh, I don't want to be... Ugh. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to be doing a countdown. 3, 2, 1. And we'll be moving on. Damn it all. Already. Day 1. Already being defied by the council. Excellent. The wedding is scheduled for next year. I'll inform the Archduke you shall be delighted to attend. Huh. This kingdom is sliding into madness. When it's announced you will attend the wedding, the patricians are naturally scandalized. As one hand gives, the other hand takes away. But the peasants, sentimental as ever, are in favour of your decision. Public opinion turns against the overly strict church. Oh dear. Oh, we're back down to 6 faith. What a roller coaster. Your Majesty, I have an idea. The best since lined parchment, I dare say. An expedition to Char. Char? Who's that? The vastness of Char, Your Majesty, the great unexplored and untamed continent far across the eastern sea. Char. I have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Why not make a sound investment and send explorers to Char? Who knows what they might find? Treasure, rare materials, ancient history, a new disease. Ooh. She's a bit too animated when she says the word disease. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Her eyes light up from behind her spectacles. Wonderful news! I shall make preparations immediately. Expect a brief on your desk very soon. Okay. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. The patricians with champion gladiators from the arena, the grandees with fierce battle nuns from the Sisterhood of Steel, and the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Think carefully, Your Majesty, these guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Your Holiness, the Sister of Steel are chosen by the Ninth God. Surely they'll be chosen by you as well. Indeed, Weldress. I mean, you know it. You know what I'm going to do with this character, right? I await your verdict with bated breath. Clearly, the most holy and sacred of the guards is the veterans of the march. No, it's the Southern Nuns. Okay, let's not pretend. I will make the arrangements at once. The battle nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn still mask betraying nothing, before filing information behind your throne. The coast does have the highest faith. Ah, the sacred gladiators. Alrighty, there we go. Alright, our first auction of the game, everyone. Let's have a look-see. What have we got? We've got... patricians may be in favour of getting E, the Grand Bazaar, to keep their own trade up. The barons may want A, the theatre, to lower my authority. Of note, C, the cathedral, would help me with my faith ambition. So if you're loyal to me, kindly consider C, the cathedral. We're going to open up the list here so you can see everyone and how much money everyone has. We're going to start the auction now. Type exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. The top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Everything else will have their bids refunded. You've got about 40 seconds to get all your funding in, so try not to miss out. There is, however, a slight delay on stream, and so if you are going to try and wait and snipe, I will type in chat when there are 10 seconds remaining. What have we currently got? E, the Grand Bazaar, and C, the Cathedral. Excellent. That's all right, I guess. Boom, 10 seconds. Oh, wow. Gibbo just went flat out on that theatre. Oh, Neko, what's the Chaos Orb? Subscribing to a streamer during Path of Exile 2's launch? Wait, when did that happen? Is Path of Exile 2 launched officially now? The march shall rise again. Yeah, okay, alright. I want to know about Path of Exile 2 now. Is it out of early access? No, it's still in early access. Oh, okay, I don't know then. Let's see. Let's deal with an island rising. Your Serene Highness, yes, TL. Your Esteemed Highness, something most strange has occurred in the Ghost Sea. A new island has risen, halfway between our shores and the Isle of Saul. The Finfolk raised it from the depths using their weird ocean magic. It's true, Your Majesty. The Finfolk raised the island to celebrate the marriage of their prince to the Archduke of Saul. They will gift it to him on the day of the ceremony. This is terrible news. That island is of immense strategic importance. We can't let it fall into Saulish hands. I think, right? Stability up. C. We sink the island, right? Hold on. Just gonna do something. I would never seduce the Finfolk Prince. But C's pretty good. C we can do. No. Oh no. What are we doing? Can't we all be kind to each other? Let's see. In Simon, yeah, different people are like role-playing in different ways. So don't be don't be interrogating each other on voting choices. If I was Saul, I'd be mad at C. Anyways, I want to see now, but not enough to participate in the political process. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just roleplay traits that people are voting with. Okay, secret negotiations. Good, now hop to it. I don't care what you offer them. Get me that island. Preparations for your clandestine visit to one of the Finfolk's undersea villages. Your Chancellor has heard of magic reeds that allow the bearer to breathe underwater. But such a thing will take weeks to track down. At least that gives you time to prepare for your underwater visit. Your Majesty, I have those plans we discussed for the expedition to Chur. Alright, are we almost ready to leave? Not quite, Your Highness. There are still important decisions to be made. Alright, show me. First, we need to decide who has the honour of building your ship. Tell me about the patrician ship. The patricians offer to construct a mighty galleon in your name. It will be pricey, but unmatched in quality. Tell me about the grandees. The grandees are hoping to make a swift vessel, known as a Now, to carry your expedition across the Eastern Sea. And finally, the barons. The Marcher Lords are by no means expert shipbuilders, but they're offered to make us a sturdy cog, and they'll do it for free. For free? Ooh. I mean, truth be told, it's between the galleon that the patricians want, because it's the best, and the Baron's cog, because it's for free. It's got to be free. Very good, Your Majesty. Next we must decide who will crew your ship. Tell me about the volunteers. Unfortunately, the best of them come at a price. Experienced trade ship captains and their crews would be ideal, but won't be free. Damn it! There is also those in the Navy who are equally experienced, but enlisting them would reduce our naval strength for a time. You could also levy amateur peasant crews, or even use prisoners, but I don't know how much you could trust them to get us where they need to go. Let's conscript a crew from the Navy. I will make the arrangements. There is one more thing, Your Majesty. The ship will be large enough to house additional expedition members or store extra cargo you wish to send. She hands you a list. I've made my choice. We know priest, right? Very good. What shall we take? Send priests to protect the crew from the third god's wrath. Certainly a wise choice. Fantastic. I think that's everything. I shall get to work immediately, Your Majesty. She picks up her scribbled notes and diagrams and hurries out of the room, her spectacles bouncing slightly on her nose. The ship is completed in record time. Clearly the barons are eager to impress, who set off from the harbour by the end of the season. The crew are eager and the ship looks sturdy. You can only hope they bring back something worth the investment or come back at all. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Right, what do we like? Hold on. D3. 1. We want a man. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messengers to the most influential. Noble families in the kingdom, let's see what they have to offer. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the grandees, as we agreed before you took the throne. Right. I don't know. Amidst dark and foreboding forests, a small squat castle stands watch over the Marcher border. There at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Look here, our first shipment from Kerf. Incredible. May I see inside? Careful with that torch, you fool. You'll blow us all to smithereens. So this is the fabled black powder. Incredibly powerful, but we need much more to put you on the throne. The next stage of the Baron's scheme, they must raise their trade to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Oh no. Zach, welcome. Where is Zach? There you are, in the Baron's. Baron Zapper Zach, welcome aboard. Let's see, bribe us? I don't think I need to. Ain't gonna do that again, yeah. Hello everyone, I think we're good. Alright. Let's deal with the famine, then we'll visit the Finfolk. Hello, Your Majesty. I travelled all the way from the march to beg you to do something about the price of grain. Can't afford to feed my family. A day of back-breaking work isn't enough to buy a day's worth of bread. She's right. The grain price in the march is beyond all control. Greedy merchants rake in the profit while the common folk starve. Ooh, what should we do? I think we can spend a bit of cash. Pro peasants, yeah, don't worry, we are pro peasants, yes. That is correct. I think, though, we'd import the grain and distribute it for free. Right? That would be what we want. Whether that's what we get or not. Please consider voting with me in favour of C. Look at that. We've all come together on this one. Well, mostly. The march is in your debt, Your Majesty. The kingdom's coffers open and a tide of free grain floods from the coast to the march. But many marcher merchants out of business, but giving some patricians a nice windfall. The grain proves sufficient to keep the peasants alive until the next harvest, which will hopefully bring better days. Better days are always coming. Oh, I hear an engine outside. Hold on. Right. I'm just going to go to the bathroom quick. The custard has arrived. I think it's coming in a moment. So I'll go handle that. I'll be back in a few minutes. 2-3 minutes, whatever it takes. You all have a stretch, go to the bathroom yourselves, whatever. And I'll see you all in a minute. Have a good one. Energy drink. All right. Let us go, everyone. Let us go visit the Finn folk. Now I've got some energy. Oh. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back to you all too. The Finn folk send a stagecoach made from a giant clam, pulled by a seahorse. You equipped your magic breathing reed and hop inside. Clam, yeah. The clam carriage plunges back beneath the waves, and you're wished down to the murky depths. A few hours later, you arrive at the undersea citadel of kelp-woven huts. Their prince meets you at a grand table formed of knotted coral. Tiny finfolk spawnings swim around your legs as you sit. Greetings, your majesty. We're honored to have such a prestigious visitor. Okay, let's get down to business. Of course, we must be swift. I know those magic reeds only provide a certain amount of air. The Chancellor didn't mention anything like that. You try not to let your panic show. You're here to discuss my betrothal to Archduke Shomo and the island I'm giving him as a dowry. May I ask why you have to give him a dowry? Well, it's a very small island. The Archduke assured me it wasn't worth very much. After all, you surface folk have so much land already. Actually, the island's worth a huge amount to us. Really? How interesting, the Archduke told me differently. In fact, this new island could cause a war between your future husband and I. A war? Really? I can't risk that. It seems my betrothed has misled me about the importance of this island. Such deceit. He's not the man I thought him to be. I have called off the wedding. Thank you for clarifying things with me, Your Majesty. Thank you for your time, Your Fishy Highness. Your clam coach sprints you back to the surface. As you wade onto the beach, you gasp for air. Air has never tasted so good. No need to drink. We were underwater. We were drinking all the time. Congratulations, Your Majesty. I hear the wedding has been called off and the island sunk back beneath the waves. The patricians are most pleased. Alright, what do we got here? I've found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young man from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. Okay, right. Let's review the situation. Peaceful, common, public image. So we don't want anyone who's in any scandals or has a dark side. We want people that like the peasants. Maybe want to improve the lot of the peasants. We like people that are in good with the church in general. That's pretty much it. So let's see what we got on offer. Yes, I know. Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright, let me see the eligible bachelors. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. From the coast, we have Tobias, wealthy heir to Lord Patrician Advisor's estate. He's got a reputation for honesty and fair-mindedness. That's rare along the coast. His interests are typical of the coast: money, and making more of it. And apparently he has a dark side, though I don't know much more about that. So dark side, likes making money. I'm leaning against this guy. Like, yeah, the honest is okay, but the dark side, not so much. From the south, we have Ernesto, eldest son of the Lord S lineage. He's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? He dislikes city life and spends most of his time out hunting, with no one but his horse for company. He's tried his hand at a number of ventures, and they all seem to end in disaster. Well, He's a bit of a loner. I feel kind of neutral about this guy. You got to marry him? No, I don't. You know, it's net neutral. And finally, we have the Marches offering Maximilian, a scarred, prestigious, cyber deaf bloodline. Typical Baron, really. Loud, brash, self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. He had a meaningful encounter with a wizard a few years ago, now spends most of his time brewing strange potions. Also got into a fight with his local bishop a couple years back, gave him a bloody nose. Biting. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I have made my decision. Well, which of them do you wish to marry? I refuse to marry any of them. Without a marriage, you are all alone. No alliance and no support. Not to mention an insult to the most powerful families in the kingdom. What possible reason could you have for choosing not to marry? I want to live a life of chastity in honor to the 9th god. I'm sure the church will be very pleased with your show of devotion, but the nobles won't. They'll see it as an abandonment of your duty. Good luck in the days ahead, Your Highness. You're gonna need it. Childhood friend, mate, it could have worked. Could have worked either way, the peasant or staying chaste. but we do like our faith. Deep in the back rooms of the Royal Palace. Oh, look at this. The Sisterhood of the White Rose. Deep in the back rooms of the Royal Palace, Southern grandees are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams. On a wall is a corkboard filled with pins and crisscrossed by coloured string. The king refuses to marry despite everyone's advice. You'd better at least get on with finding an heir, or we'll be travelling to the hereafter sooner than we intended. Alright, Morgrim, thank you, yeah. Whopper here. Indeed. My spies have intercepted Curve merchants bound for the march. They're doing illicit business right under the king's nose. The question is, what are they trading? Then we got to keep up our efforts. King Aasimo wasn't going anywhere on our watch. Grandees must continue to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. I reckon authority. Let's do that. Why not? We're trying to hold on here. Stargazing, heretical discovery, overturning an old law? Oh, unbanning hunting. Oh, okay. Oh, your majesty. The previous monarch introduced the most unfair ban on hunting, which has restricted us barons for far too long. That's what it is. That's why I didn't know what it was. I was hoping you could repeal it. We'd be very grateful. Fine, let's bring it to the council. Cheers. Let's undo the sins of the past. All right. I'm happy to repeal it. Everyone vote A. We'll just repeal the hunting ban. That's all good. We're not worried about that. Why are we like this? We just are? Okay. The hunting ban law remains in place, much to the chagrin of the barons. Thank God, as king, you should have done more to sway the council to our side. Look, half the people that voted to maintain it were barons. What can I do? On the bright side, Call of Unity did pass. That is correct. Well, thank you for gigantifying your banana, Neko. I'll take the bits. Pretty sure some barons want to rebel. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Your esteemed highness, I bring troubling news. If you say it's troubling, it must be. A group of individuals in the south are meeting in secret to preach heretical teachings and engage in rituals. They're worshippers of the deposed gods. They believe that the Eight will one day return to cast down the ninth god and all his followers. Bloody hell. See, when the grandees are heretics, they lean in. In other words, they are devil worshippers. Regrettably, I require the Council's permission to launch a proper investigation. Otherwise, my Inquisitors would have destroyed the cult before it had a chance to spread. Alright, let's hold a vote, and here's the deal, everyone. We're gonna send them, or we're gonna send them and give them carte blanche to do what they want in the future. What deal? The deal is Inquisitors are coming to the south. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Margaret. I understand your circumstance, so... Thank you for being around either way. And good luck and Godspeed with all the paperwork and all the other nonsense you're having to deal with right now. Okay, we're going to do a final countdown. 3, 2, 1. And then we'll move on. The High Inquisitor and her followers are swift as they are ruthless. Within a month, the fetid corpses of the heretics hang from the battlements of Aranjar, the town where the cult had begun. This simply cannot go on, Your Majesty. These archboffins think they know everything, but they know nothing of the Ninth God's wrath. Hey Gibbo, goodbye. Everyone say goodbye to Gibbo in chat. The Gazelle of Aranjar would approve. Hey. Please, Your Majesty, we found a perfect site for an observatory high in the southern hills, but it's on Grandy Lakelock II's lands, and she refuses to let us build there. Such things are a heresy. The stars are just as big and close as the Ninth God intended. Who put you up to this idea, I bet it was one of those patricians like Advisor. Forbid it. If the Ninth God wanted us to see the stars, they'd have put us on them. Forbid the construction. It sounds like heresy to me. Damn, we're absolutely split on this, aren't we? Final countdown. Yeah, forbid it. This is very disappointing. Your Majesty, the Grandees are standing in the way of progress. Don't listen to her. Council, the Ninth God will reward you for your dedication, I'm sure of it. We now have 12 faith. We've doubled our starting faith. Isn't that great? Unfortunately, we're in a seaside tavern. Two patricians at a coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The coast economy has never been better. We're making more money than I know what to do with. How long? I'll probably take it down when I get back from holiday. I just want to leave it there. It's not covering anything at the minute, I don't think. Money breeds money. I've made a series of investments to improve our profits even more. But what do we do with all the rest of this gold? Time to start buying things, of course. We'll buy up the whole kingdom piece by piece. But first, the king must be in desperate need of our gold. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so we're good for cash money. We've really got to worry about the barons, but they're liable to rebel. God, okay, alright. Itching for a fight and tithe trouble. Why would you do this? Barons are loving it, yeah. Your Majesty, we in the March have finished a complete reorganization of our new army. It's truly a powerful beast. Is there something you want? Well, since you asked. I was hoping the Crown might be willing to host some military exercises. These soldiers are restless. Can you define exercises for me? We just need a suitable campaign to whet our swords and spears. An unbloodied army isn't worth its salt, I'd say. Remember your peaceful... Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking at. Like, oh, God, they're doing it. Big moves from the barons, obviously, because I don't want to go to war with anyone. I'm not starting a war for you. I see how it is. Baron Gibbo Nexus leaves your throne room with a rather stormy look on his face. Best not to start any wars at the moment. The barons can't find their own ways to keep their soldiers occupied. Their military isn't even that good. 7 is like healthy, but not like great. Your Highness, I've come to submit a complaint about the Barons of March. Lately they've been neglecting their tithes. How dare they forget their duties to the church? The worst offender is Baron Zapazak. He hasn't paid his tithe in years. I want an example made of him. Alright, Zach. I'm gonna tell you now. Everyone, Zappa has to pay the price. Little old me, yeah. Yes, Lake. Good night, Lake. Everyone say goodbye to Lake Lock in chat. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Have a good night's sleep. Vote B, everyone, and that Baron Zapazak can go in the dungeon, and we'll spare the other barons their tithes. But yeah, bye-bye, Lake, and thank you for being here, everyone. Well, Zach, it looks like you've had a good day. By the ninth, how are we to bear the brunt of all this tithing and taxation? I'm left with scarcely enough money to keep my horses. Baron's wealth has decreased. Ha ha! The barons grumble, but the Archbishop is grateful for your support. The church grows in the march. Your Serene Highness, I'm fed up with this new Weldris contraption. Everyone's using it. Nobles, commoners, priests. They all get their heads chopped off by the bloody Weldris. Whatever happened to the good old days when nobles were beheaded by a good honest axe and commoners were hanged like filthy rats? Neko. Don't call the commoners rats. There's no dignity in deathly aristocracy. We're treated like peasants. Yeah, I think bespoke for the nobility sounds good, or equality. I think the commoners should definitely get to keep the Weldris because it's like nicer. FMX, welcome. There are no counts. Where is the FMX? There you go. You're in the Grandees, I'm afraid. I'm pro-peasant. Yeah, if I was a peasant, would I prefer a quick shot from the Weldris or some bloke with an axe? Alright, there we go. Final countdown, everyone. We'll do a 3, 2, 1. Equality for all means everyone gets their heads chopped off. And the bloke with the axe creates jobs, so it's clearly the peasant's choice. I think there's got to be a bloke to pull the lever on the Weldris, maybe. So, you know, swinging the axe jobs have been replaced by lever pulling jobs. And the ninth, when did we start caring about equality? The common folk at least appreciate your fair-mindedness. Criminals start publicly thanking you moments before they rest their necks on the Weldris. Oh, we are in for a rough one here. Alright, a new auction. Okay, barons may want to keep their trade up with A, the Grand Bazaar. There's nothing really else. I'd quite appreciate if you could spare me the time. I'd really appreciate E, the library, to help bring stability up a bit more. But yeah, that's the state of it. Here's the list of all the nobles and everyone's money. And we're going to start the auction now. Type !fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. You have about 40 seconds to get your funding in. But there's a slight delay on stream, so I'll type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. Moment, what have we got? A and D? Hmm. Completely cocked that one up. I typed a 3 instead of a 5. Wait, did I see that right? Deku, welcome! Hey! Long time no see. Welcome back on in. We're still here, as you can see. We're still doing King of the Castle. Hope you've been well, buddy. Deku, there you go. Oh, what did we end up with? I weren't even paying attention. I was so so distracted. We're good, I think. The cheese, please, no. Don't keep going on and on about the same thing. They don't need to rebel. Like, try not to spam too much in chat. Who was that? Gwentaris, welcome on in. Okay, so last achievement, we got it, Gwentaris. We got it last week. Well, I'm 100% on the game. Your Majesty, the Palace Watcher reporting there's a troll downstairs in the dungeon. What's a troll? Violent Brutus creatures. I have no idea how one got into our dungeon, but we'd better do something about it. I'll deal with the monster before it hurts anyone. Yes, do it. Yes, Your Majesty. Hours later, you're informed of a bloody battle in which the beast is slain. Several soldiers are killed in the process. The troll's body is dumped in the Treadwater River, though. It's hard to keep such a thing a secret. Riverside peasants start spreading rumours of trolls running amok in the capital. My liege, Your Majesty, Baron Ilawa has been having prophetic dreams. It's true. I can part the veil betwixt now and some ways off. This is ridiculous. I look to the future and it speaks through me. No more, no less. For example, I dreamt of Grandy, the FMX, being beheaded. And a plague of bees will bring doom down upon Grandy Decumite's household. What? By the knife, I can't live without my honey on toast. Please, Your Highness, having foretell the futures of the council, we could gain insight into great mysteries. Epic. Hold on. I'm afraid you've been placed in the Grandy, not the Grandies, the Patricians. But welcome on in. Yeah, you can only pick the faction you join at the start of a whole new dynasty on the region screen before we start. But hello, welcome on in. We play every weekend pretty much. We do like to play with some like mild role play. Ergo, people don't necessarily vote to win. Alright, so Rome in the dungeon does sound pretty good. But then again, No. We can throw them in the dungeon or let them have a one-off. The ninth god would be pleased. I mean, maybe. But it's charlatan. This wannabe fortune teller. Alright. 12 votes. That's half the people in the game voting. But I think that's within keeping of the regular amount. My liege! Baron Ilawa yells out as the watch haul him away. The king's iron grip will rust and crumble away! Beware, beware! His words echo as the door slams. Nobles start muttering to each other and glancing at you. Could he be right? Salutes in chat, everyone. Nilawa the First has been put in prison. Nilawa the Second will be joining the council. Let me just find... Where is it? The kill count? Where's the kill count? There it is. Our first noble to be removed from the council today. Sorry, everyone. Oh, no. Your Highness, the Barons of the March are attempting to amass a store of gunpowder. You know, the explosive black powder from Kurth. What can I do? The Barons have established contacts with Kurth merchants. No doubt at great expense. Without coin to purchase more powder, however, their plot will fail. As it stands, the Barons' trade is strong enough to procure a large gunpowder stockpile. If you wish to stop them, you will have to act fast. You bring the revelations which the Barons wholeheartedly denied to council. Ooh. Alright, here's the deal. I reckon we can delay them with the trade sanctions. And then they're locked into a civil war, so, you know, they'll have to wait until their war's over before they can do this again. Patricians, are we loyal to the crown or not? The patricians have been fairly ambivalent. I'm a grandee pick. The patricians have been all right. They're you know, they're not too keen on me, but they're not against me either. Oh dear, I think that's everyone. Okay. The Kurth doesn't respond lightly to threats of trade sanctions, but are also not willing to jeopardize trade relations over some of their more enterprising merchants. Gunpowder import has slowed to a trickle, but it hasn't stopped. Oh, people are still voting? Wait, were they? Oh, sorry. Did Nekojita's vote not go through? Man, it's hard to tell. Like, previously we had 12 votes and it dried up. This time we had like 15, 16. That's what I kind of keep an eye on, the number of people. Yeah. But Epic, different people have different stuff going on for their, like, role-playing or ideas of the game. The Baron stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. Oh, and they're not going to civil war yet. Okay. Sitting on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, two patricians at a coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The thrice-cursed king is still refusing to sell us any public land.
That makes sense. The treasury's flush with coin right now. Patience, my friend. Let's bide our time until the king's gold runs out. The patricians' aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less.
Alright. Oh. Gotta bribe a patrician. I hate it. Baron tax break? No, barons are a lost cause. They're pissed off with me. There's nothing I can do about it. But I can give the patricians a break. Ooh, okay. Contested wreck. Regional skirmishes. Let's go. Hey, Ace. Welcome on in. Where is Arrow Ace? There you are. Welcome on in to the march. Your August Majesty. Hey, Epic. You simply must put the barons in their place. They've been sending their troops into my territory, occupying my villages and killing any soldiers who resist. It's a provocation for war. These are baseless accusations, Your Majesty. We would never threaten the integrity of the kingdom like that. Didn't you ask me to start a war recently? Not exactly, Your Majesty. I only asked for suitable military training exercises. Regardless, we'd never stoop to tactics such as these. Is there any proof of your claim, Epic? The attackers were marchers, there's no doubt about it. They acted like buffoons and killed innocent villagers for no good reason. Bandits, from the sound of it. Nothing more. Your Majesty, my intel suggests the barons are most definitely lying. That said, reprimanding them is sure to enrage them further. I mean, we gotta fine them. Yeah, I think fining them is the way. I don't know. I'd sooner fine them than not. So B is the way, everyone. B for fine the barons. Masio, hello, welcome on in. Masio, there you are. Welcome on into the patricians. Kindly vote B, everyone, and we'll find the barons and force them out. But it's unruly behavior. Damn, okay, that's 13, 14 votes. Gonna do a final countdown. Whopper, I don't think your vote went through. No. Whopper, you'll have to do it again. There you go. Right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, that's fine. B went through anyone, Ganahan. The council orders the barons to pay reparations as they continue to profess their innocence. The patricians are mollified, but not convinced the barons will stand down. Opportunity, Your Holiness. A cursed ship sunk last week just off our coast. I request permission to salvage the wreckage. Curved vessels are always full of valuable things. Wait. It might be off your coast, but it's in our waters. By the ninth, in fact, it's closer to our city of Hyphus than any of yours. But you ceded those waters years ago in exchange for a chest of silver. You're having money problems. Your Holiness, esteemed council, don't let this liar fool you. If I give it... Hold on. I kind of want to do a call for unity. And I want to give it to the patricians, grandees. Could we give it to the patricians so that they are shored up to help us and not rebel? That would be lovely. Leave the wreck alone? Okay then. The cheese, goodbye. Everyone say goodbye to cheese in chat. Okay, please vote D, because I've got call for unity on this one. Is that 6 to 8 total? All right, we're gonna do 3, 2, 1, and then we'll move on. Boom, boom. Thank you very much. Leave it alone. But what are the bounty, the riches? Ugh. Everyone protests the decision, of course. Less than a week goes by before Grandee Decumite secretly orders a salvage team to loot the wreck anyway, but it doesn't go well. The divers are dashed against the jagged reefs by a swarm of sharks. Somehow you are blamed for this. If we'd been allowed to explore the wreck openly, we could have worked together, and the divers could have been better equipped. By the 9th, I say the king should stop meddling in our maritime affairs. I'm sorry, Deku. You got them all killed. Of course, your majesty refuses to get married against my advice. But there's one other thing you're missing. Something even more important than a spouse. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. I'll make my youngest cousin my heir. Of course, an entirely sensible idea. I'll make the arrangements at once. We wouldn't have to do it illegally if you let us do it legally. It's a hell of an argument. Yeah. It is, isn't it? It's a bit much. Oh, god damn it. Okay, barons, you got your war. Somewhere in a dark cellar, a nervous baron has shown a guest a stupendous cache of explosive gunpowder. Behold! Great God! By my life, isn't it rarer than gold dust? Over here it is. But this isn't just the biggest stockpile in the kingdom. It's the only one. Now what do we do with it? Alright, barons, you can either A. Sneak the gunpowder under the palace and blow them all sky high. That involves raising stability. Or B. Start manufacturing muskets and cannons to make our military unbeatable. That involves raising your military. I mean, it's 50-50 at the minute. Are there any other barons, active barons, who have yet to vote? Okay, I think that's all of you. Boom, boom. Before we can sneak this stuff anywhere, we have to lull the king into a false sense of security. Not to mention the fact that the roads need to be safe for transport. For the final stage of their scheme, the barons must raise stability to at least 8. Oh dear. Here it is. We got it. We got the golden choice. Here's the rebellion. At long last, the barons have reached their boiling point. You're confronted in your throne room by Baron Eroace II. Their boots stomping mud all over your nice carpet. The barons of the march are sick of your lies and tyranny. We'll give you soft city-dwelling bastards a proper kicking. We'll be fighting for Lavinia, the true queen. This is our formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other, we'll be on the battlefield.
Seize them! Now, traitors get the chop. You can't do this! I'm an envoy! See how the king's tyranny grows worse by the day? Chop, chop.
Your watchmen waste no time, Baron. The second is dragged out to the courtyard and their head is struck from their shoulders. Salutes in chat, everyone. Ace the second has died. Ace the third will take their place, though. That's our kill count number 2. Let's go. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? The barons are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any other regions to join their rebellion. That would be disastrous. Alright, how did things get this bad? The leader of the rebellion is Baron Merrow. He's citing your past transgressions as the reason for the uprising, holding your coronation in the south, fining the barons for their aggression towards the patricians. Well, I guess we'll just have to kill them all. Yes, Your Majesty, hold on to that feeling, you'll need it. So this is it. Civil war. That's right, Your Majesty, the kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before this is all over. I can't wait, I'll go dig out the trebuchets. Your Majesty, a band of mercenaries from the Catalans have offered to support you in the civil war. They call themselves the Iron Mercy. I don't know much about them, but we can't afford to turn away any help. How much are they asking for? 1,000 gold from your treasury. Could be worse, right? Let's run it by the council. Of course, Your Majesty. Okay, my loyalists. 500 gold. We'll hire an Iron Mercy to fight for us. Let's go. We are the royalists here. Royalists assemble. My loyal royal grandees and patricians, come and get your golden choice. Money breeds money. 1,000 gold for Iron Mercy to show up. Let's find out. Money for all loyalists. Barons can't vote. Sarkin, welcome on in. Was my vote in? I think it was. Yeah, there you are, Whopper. Sarkin, let's see. Let's see your name. There you go, you're in the Grandees. I turned blind. But you're in the Grandees, so come on in and vote A immediately. Welcome on in. There you go, come get your cash money. Alrighty. Boom, boom. Iron Mercy arrive on your shores soon after. When your master reports back from her first meeting with them, she can't hide a satisfied smile. They're a very professional outfit, Your Majesty. Each kitted out in full plate, wielding swords bigger than I am. They're disciplined and have a solid command of the battlefield tactics. Let's hope they're loyal. As it turns out, they are loyal and effective. They clash repeatedly with the barons, inflicting devastating casualties on the rebel army. This is having an impact on enemy morale, Your Majesty. Money well spent. Oh, what's all this? Codec extensions aren't working. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit buggy. Fill thing is that there's a mix of in-character and out-of-character factors in both criticism and the rebelling itself. We can't really know why someone rebelled or not if they don't volunteer the information, so it can't really be said that people are rebelling for no reason. Yeah, exactly. In general, you can't really say that somebody is role-playing wrong because it's a choice in RP. Yes, that's true. That is all true. Who was saying people rebelled for no reason? Can't see it, but look, just let people do what they want. This is a collaborative thing. There's like, what, 28 people signed into the game? And you are just one of 28. You know, it's I'd also like to say I did not vote for this. Yeah, it's, you know, it's fine, but it is what it is. I'm role-playing that friend that we all seem to have that will bump us a cigarette even if they have their own. I want to party and have fun, but I don't want to spend a penny. Yes. Also quite a few people. Yeah, there's been an influx of new players as well. Wish it wasn't happening repeatedly. I mean, you know. Simon, yeah, I understand the frustrations, but I don't think it's been happening repeatedly. We haven't had, I think we've had like 3 civil wars over the course of this dynasty, and we're on like our 13th game. So for most of it, we haven't had too many rebellions over the past couple of months. The time has come. The kingdom has grown soft under the weak and ineffectual rule of King Aasimo. As usual, it's up to the barons to fix things with violence. Aye, too right. Let's march on the capital and kick some heads in. All in good time, but we're barons on the march. Let's live up to the reputation and let's be clever. But I want to kick some heads. Oh, there'll be plenty of that. But first, let's think carefully about where to strike first. Yeah, saying everything in Kotek becomes same with enough experience. Yeah, I've been playing the game 2.5 years. I can tell you now that it's very rare for me to sort of forget anything or be taken by surprise anymore. I've seen pretty much all the events and the vast majority of the outcomes that can come from them. We can launch preemptive strike against the Grandees to cripple their military. If we suspect the patricians may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'd be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. We could call upon the church to condemn the king, or finally you could send off an assassin to nip it in the bud. What's it gonna be for the barons? You should sell off the crown jewels more often. Does that lead to events? I haven't actually seen... I've seen it on other people's streams. I haven't seen the Civil War events pertaining to the Sacred Bear. Oh, that now lead... Ah, okay. Alright. Maybe we'll see it. Okay, this is... It's clear they're going to shout to the patricians. The barons attempt to smuggle a secret message to the patricians, but you'll watch, intercept it and bring it to you. As you scan the letter, muttering under your breath at the audacity of the rebels to court your loyal patricians. How dare they?
You read the message aloud in the next council session in a mocking tone. The patricians laugh uproariously, especially after you shoot them a particularly stern gaze. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of rough to keep churning it over. The grandees are gathered in the empty council hall late at night. A new report from one of their spies has just come in. By the 9th, the barons are stockpiling gunpowder of all things. They're sourcing it all the way from Kerf. At least that's what they were doing before this rebellion kicked off. Oh, looks like they scrapped that plan in favour of a bloody civil war. Very well, if that's how they wish to settle this, never let it be said the grandees of the south would not defend their honour. Verily, but we have to make sure we're on the winning side of this war, whether that's the king or those snivelling rebels, much as it pains me. The grandees' goal is to ensure the king wins their rebellion, produces an heir and completes his ambition. They may also join the ongoing rebellion, but this will cancel the loyalist scheme. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the roleplay stuff does help. That's keeping it fresh, keeping it a bit different. I'm crashing. I'm head to bed before I pass out in my chair. Night, Simon. Have a good night's sleep. Having a lot of fun messing with events in Bloodscale and Doomvault. Yeah. Well, it's looking all right, maybe. Okay, we'll start with peasants on side, then mustering an army. Start sending me crab packs, okay. Oh, sorry, I started at the wrong one. I got distracted by crabs. Oh dear. Along the march's border, countless boots churn the ground to mud. Marching songs fill the air. The Baron's troops are gathering in vast numbers. Huzzah! Look at them. What are we waiting for, eh? Let's come down on the capital like hell itself. I'm as eager to spill blood as anyone, my friend, but we can't commit too early. When we strike, we must strike with all our might. And on that subject, I've considered several proposals to further bolster our army for the trials ahead. Okay, so barons, your options are A, hire mercenaries from Ashmead, or D, the existing Marcher army will be enough. Your farming is too low, and your faith is too low. It's a rough one, that. It's rough all round. Tough choice. Just gonna give away their trade, aren't they? I see where it's going. Really hiring Ashmedians to do our fighting for us? I feel dirty. Me too, but we have little choice. This is the price of victory. With the Ashmedian mercenaries arrive in the march, it becomes apparent how different their customs are from the locals. They pray to Kaldavarga, the machine god, in an attempt to remind him that the world exists. They claim their swords are alive and will grow angry if sheathed for too long. They bathe every single day. They're perfectly capable of enacting hideous violence in exchange for money. And that's all the barons really need from them. Deep in the forest, a group of rebel barons are gathered to discuss the civil war. With them and their spies, a cluster of nondescript Marcher citizens in ordinary clothing. Hail, friends! Be sure to get a drink and make yourselves comfortable. Great God, hard to be comfortable when that tyrant King Aasimo sits on his throne, eh? That's precisely why I invited you all here. We know the grandees are in the king's pocket, but are they common folk? Grandee Sarkin has amassed vast wealth even in this time of conflict. I doubt it's shared with the ordinary people of the south. Our spies should spread the word. We'll be kinder to the peasants than Grandee Sarkin and his corrupt compatriots. Fantastic. Let's decide how to proceed. Ooh, okay. What's it gonna be? How are you gonna try and seduce the Grandee peasants? Promise riches to those who move or enlist from the south. Set aside bountiful farmland. Give a huge amount of actual money. Or use spies to improve our tactical military position instead. What do you want to do? It's looking like tactics, maybe. How's it gonna go, Barons? Alright, 3, 2, 1, and we'll move on. Let's take a gamble, focusing on gathering intel rather than luring in raw recruits. Unfortunately, their spies are captured by southern troops they are never seen again. The situation bruises the Baron's pride, but it also jeopardizes their plans. In this civil war, the smallest change could put the rebellion on a knife's edge. Oh, damn. Armies darken the landscape like the shadows of clouds, flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Your Majesty, the armies of the march are advancing on the capital, led by a treacherous cur, Baron Merrow. I've received word from the commander of our loyalist forces in the south. If they march now, they'll intercept the Barons in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the coast. It's risky, but together they'd have a higher chance of defeating the accursed Barons. What are your orders, Your Majesty? Fight the Marcher army head on. Smack them about. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your orders to Grandee Sarkin, the commander in the field. Hopefully they'll do as they're told. God knows treachery can thrive on the battlefield. We have our orders, but should we follow them? Alright. Follow orders. Grandees, A, follow orders and go fight. It'll be 50-50. Let's go. Thank you very much, everyone. Salutes. Let's try our best at this. 50-50 dice roll, I believe. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for the marshal's return. Finally, she bursts in your throne room, drenched in the blood and sweat of battle. I was getting nervous. At dawn, we draw up in battle formation. It's all very orderly at first, Your Majesty, but after the trumpets blow and the cavalry charge, it's nothing but blood and screams. Anyway, after the red mist lifted, I appraised the situation. The Marcher line was breaking. They were fleeing the field. It was a total rout, Your Majesty, with your loyalists scarcely taking a scratch. The ninth is with us. Praise the ninth God, everyone. Thank the ninth. Instead of the ninth, you should thank the grandees. Maybe send them some flowers. The Marcher armies scattered all over the countryside. It'll be months before they can regroup. This gives the patricians time to bolster their troops. It all comes down to the next battle, Your Majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. I will lead the troops personally this time. I must advise against this. You'll be in great danger, and as inspiring as your presence may be to the troops, your death or severe injury would destroy their morale completely. You must protect me then. Very well, Your Majesty. I will prepare your armor and horse. We ride at dawn. I know I'm a pacifist. I'm going to sit in the back. I'm not going to charge. Tap the side. Yeah, I don't like it. But we're going to go and we're going to see the end of it. We didn't ask for this battle. Public image, yeah. Well, I mean, there's that. But it was more like anything we can do to tip the scales. Don't worry, we won't be leading the charge. Absolutely not. We're just going to go shake up their morale a bit and hope for the best. Oh, we got an auction. Okay. It's a bit of a... E the Cathedral would help me. So if you would like to bid on E the Cathedral, I'd appreciate it. Here is a list of the nobles. Epic, it's because we've been playing a while. The people that have all the money haven't been spending it, is the gist of it. We're going to start the auction now. Type !fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items will be built at the end of the auction. Everything else will be refunded. You have about 40 seconds to get your funds in. Try not to miss out. There is, however, a slight delay on stream, so I'll type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. C and E? Okay. Boom, 10 seconds. A point of faith and a point of stability. Very nice. The war's end! It's the night before the final battle. The atmosphere among the coastal soldiers is confident. You've often heard them bragging to each other about the quality of their weapons and armour. On the journey, you've had to leave most of the luxuries of a king behind, but your marshal is always good enough to ensure the royal command tent is always well stocked with wine. Drink only enough to steady your nerves. You take a sip, your hand trembles only slightly. Tomorrow we fight. How are you feeling, Your Majesty? A little nervous. Entirely natural, Your Majesty. Anyone who's not nervous doesn't understand a tactical situation. And now that you're here, you can't chicken out. You need to lead your troops, otherwise their morale will plummet. Of course. I'm glad you understand. Next day at an ungodly hour, you climb up onto your warhorse and ride out to your troops to meet the barons on the battlefield. The sky is blood red. Flags whip in the wind, horns blow, drums beat. Both sides are in battle formations. With the enemy visible, there's only 1,000 gleams of sword and armour. Your troops are looking at you. They expect an inspiring speech. Listen here, gentlemen. To me. we must defend the realm.
and we must bring an end to the tyranny of the barons. I will ensure each and every one of you will be honoured, and payment earned for your great deeds here this day will be passed on to your families, passed on to your children. Never forget, the barons may take your lives, but they will never take your salaries. Rah! Your soldiers have a full-throated roar that nearly knocks you off your horse. Charge! Your warhorse surges forward, sweat streaming from its flanks. Wait, what? I'm charging. I'm locked in. You raise your sword, and for a beautiful moment it catches the crimson light of the sun. The army roars and rumbles into motion behind you, gathering momentum like an avalanche. When you reach the enemy lines, however, things get complicated. It's pure chaos. Soldiers screaming and rolling around in the mud, blades flashing and clashing, blood spurting all over the place. At some point, your warhorse is cut down, but you roll out from under it and spring back up. Waving your sword, your soldiers roar with renewed vigour. Lead, my troops. The battle lasts for hours, and then in an instant it's over. The barons are running, and instead of fighting them, your soldiers are cheering and chasing them down and shoving swords into their dirty, fleeing backs. I think your horse got spooked and followed the other horses to battle. Yeah, probably. I didn't mean to charge. The horse just did it. Your marshal appears at your side, still astride her horse, and a fierce grin on her blood-speckled face. Victory! Glorious victory! We did it? She claps you on the back. We did! After the victory comes the bloody unpleasant business of hunting down the enemy before they can regroup. Their screaming faces will haunt you for a long time. And after that comes the celebration. Your soldiers rampage around the camp, drunk and singing raucously, happy to see another nightfall. Meanwhile, you and your marshal retreat to your tent to plan the next step. I can't believe we won. It's a glorious day, Your Majesty. We'll make the barons pay for their betrayal. No, that was quicker than I expected. The best kind of war is quick and bloody, in my experience. Victory? The marshal rides back out to oversee the siege. A few days later, you receive word that Baron Merrow's castle has fallen, and just like that, the rebellion is over. Soon the armies of the grandees and the patricians are parading through the city, waving their banners and showing off their loot. Meanwhile, Baron Merrow, the leader of the rebellion, is brought to you in chains. Common folk crowd into the palace to watch the trial. I can't believe you bested me. Go on then, get it over with. To the dungeon. Interesting jewellery I have around my wrists, yeah. Step back to the silent. Merrow is dragged to your oblique. He's thrown into the darkness to reflect on its treachery. And just like that, the march is defeated, the rebellion is over, the kingdom is yours again. Merrow the First has been imprisoned, Merrow the Second will join the council. Salutes. No, you will not be executed. That is our third loss for the council. As you sit resplendent atop your throne, the common folk raise a mighty cheer. Long live the king, they shout. Long live the king. Wait, what do they need? Oh, they need to get to at least 8. Oh my god, by the skin of our teeth. You know what? No hard feelings, eh? Better luck next time. New roleplay walls incoming. There we go. What is giving up? Oh, sure didn't make it. I'm sure you have other things to worry about at the moment, Your Majesty, but I thought we should discuss the expedition to Chur. Essentially, it's a wash. 27 months and no sign of them. I think it's time to cut our losses. I'm sorry we wasted our money. I should have bought a different ship. Who can say, Your Majesty? Perhaps they just got lost on their way home or sank due to the weight of all the treasure they had collected in Chur. Either way, it's time to get on with our lives. Chur's mysteries remain hidden for now. Your Majesty, I have a few messages from respected members of the clergy. Is everything all right? Yes, of course, it's quite the honour, honestly. Your decision to stay chaste in the honour of the Ninth God has caused quite the stir, and many people want to meet you. The High Inquisitor mentioned wanting your assistance in dealing with some heretical items. Leaders of the Sisterhood of Steel would love to see you, and a group of reclusive monks have invited you for a visit. What does the High Inquisitor want? She has a stockpile of dangerous artifacts that need to be cleansed, Your Majesty. Since you have such a close connection with the Ninth God, you're the ideal person to assist with that ritual. But I must say it isn't for the faint of heart. About the nunnery? The Sisterhood of Steel is an ancient order known for their military prowess. They would much like to speak with you and perhaps teach you their battle arts. And these monks. They live in a cave system, deep within the coastal cliffs, Your Majesty. They're very reclusive, but they experience intense visions of the Ninth God. Alright, I've made a decision. The Archbishop waits patiently. I'll join the High Inquisitor and stamp out heresy. Very good, Your Majesty. I'll let the Inquisitor know that you will meet with her soon. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to... The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My cousin and adopted son. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Serene Highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on adopting an heir? What is his name? Aasimo II. The Battlenuns were very impressed that you led the coastal armies in glorious warfare. They want you to lead a crusade. I don't know. Most excellent, Your Esteemed Highness. I'm sure little Aasimo II will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Yeah, 8 stability. It's there. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. We are good, I think, because I believe, yeah. Well. During the rebel leader's execution, some Baron spy took the opportunity to put black powder in the castle. That's good lore. Yeah, exactly. You wake up to birdsong from outside your bedchamber windows. All is right in the world. Sleep in a little while longer. The council won't be in session yet. You decide it would be nice to have a lie-in. You've earned it. As your head hits the pillow and you drift off to sleep, you think, it's good to be the king. It's the very last thought that enters your head. Out in the capital, a young woman opens her window to empty a chamber pot into the street. In an instant, she's knocked backwards by a shockwave coming from the palace. There's a flash of light as a coastal cache of gunpowder detonates. Windows are shattered and shutters are blown open. Dust and smoke billows down the streets, shrouding the city in utter darkness. Later, all that remains of the royal palace is a smouldering crater.
It's not long before the barons march into the capital to restore order. No one in the kingdom dares challenge them after that display of power. Historians of the future are quick to note one silver lining to the cloud and certain death that comes at the end of your reign. At least you didn't suffer long. Gunpowder plot, there we go. Alright, barons in chat, what do we want for Queen Lavinia? Military, farming, trade, faith, stability or authority? Talk in chat for what we want for tomorrow's finale of the dynasty. Boom. King Aasimo's reign has ended. Not with a whimper, but a bang. The patricians' attempt to buy the kingdom ended in failure. Bankruptcies were filed, marks scratched in secret ledgers. The risk-reward calculus wasn't favourable. Perhaps the next time. Unable to keep their puppet on the throne, the grandees were forced to retreat to their secluded villas and brood. It wouldn't be long before a new southern claimant would arise, and when they did, the grandees would be ready. Okay, military it is, yeah. Let me make a note. Not often let the barons get a win by trashing all their stats. Yeah, it's true. They're not in a good position. All that remained of the palace and of anyone who opposed the baron's rule was a smoking crater. The other nobles were too shocked to protest as Lavinia improvised a throne from an armchair and ordered reconstruction to begin. Queen of the Ruins. Aasimo the Stern? We got Morgrim at nearly 20k, Mero the Poorest at 900, which is still quite a bit. And finally, here she is, the final queen. It is queen, right? Yeah, Queen Lavinia. Hopefully the barons will look after her somehow. I was bidding in auctions, but I kept getting sniped. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, damn. So, yeah, come back this time. Come back tomorrow, 2.5 hours prior to this. Morgrim is my shield against the boat race event. I've got it so the boat race won't show up, Whopper. But it's good to know. Alrighty. Now then, we've got, let's see, a couple of things we could play. Won't be able to make it tomorrow, have fun. Oh, Zach, no worries. But yeah, everyone, I'm taking a couple weeks off next week, week after. So if you're not about tomorrow, the next time we'll play is in 3 weeks' time. Let me check what the date would be. Dated the 1st of November is when we launch the new campaign. And I'll leave the game open for a while and let people pick what regions they end up in. Just like we used to do. 1st of November, got it. Yeah, make a note, everyone. 1st of November, that'll be the new dynasty.